see? What exciting adventures will we choose? We'll make new friends and make some plans. We'll post videos as we visit new lands. We'd love you to join us as we sail around in floating hotels of every brand. We're retired and it's time to cruise. Come and join us or watch our YouTubes. Come and join us or watch our YouTubes.
1,
2,
3,
4,
5,
6.
This is our 6th port and our 3rd Mexican port.
Today, we're discussing excursion options in Manzanillo.
Hello cruise friends, we're talking about our 3rd Mexican port on our DIY World Cruise.
The NCL Encore docks in the cruise ship port at 7 a.m. on October 21st and sails away at 4 p.m.
We are Darren
And Susan,
and this is our YouTube channel.
Retired Time to Cruise.
We have discussed excursions in Seattle,
San Francisco,
Los Angeles,
Cabo San Lucas,
Puerto Vallarta,
and our next stop is Manzanillo.
yes, Mexico.
Mexico.
What makes Manzanillo so special?
Stick around to find out.
Now, we're all tourists, but tourism is not the biggest industry for Manzanillo.
Wow. Manzanillo has a dual identity. It is Mexico's busiest commercial seaport.
The trade route between there and Spain dates back as far as 1531.
Wow, I didn't know dates went back
I
that
know.
far.
Ships have been coming and going for a long time.
It's also a tourist's paradise with 350 days of sunshine annually and a wide range of stunning beaches and activities, golf courses, and an inviting historical center.
There are a number of resorts in the area, one made famous by the movie 10 with Bo Derek and Dudley Moore, I believe.
Bo Derek and Dudley Moore.
Many industries can be found in and around Manzanillo as well. With its consistently warm weather, Manzanillo is a great place to visit any time of the year.
Manzanillo is well known internationally for deep sea fishing and the green flash phenomenon during sunsets, as well as the warm waters of the ocean.
What is a green flash? Well, as the sun sets over the ocean, people sometimes witness a green flash when the sun dips below the horizon. We'll be sailing at sunset, so make sure to keep a lookout to the west for a viewpoint of a hopeful green flash.
The city is a destination resort and has many hotels and self-contained resorts, particularly built on the de Santiago Peninsula, which juts into the Pacific North in the city center.
Also, at the north end of Manzanillo Bay is the resort Las Hadas, the Ferries, which is most famous of the city's resorts, having been featured in, again there's that movie, 10, starring Bo Derek and Dudley Moore. Beach scenes were filmed on La Audencia Bay, just over the hill from Las Hadas.
The ferries. Manzanillo is a popular cruise ship port of call, and that's why we're here.
In 2010, a specialized dock for cruise ships was developed at the port, which involved an investment of 100 million pesos.
Many tourists go from their cruise ships on city tours. For those more inclined to get wet, excellent swimming, snorkeling, and scuba diving is found in Santiago Bay.
There are numerous shipwrecks to explore, including a cargo ship that sank in a hurricane in 1959 and the SS Golden Gate, which sank in 1862 in nearby Playa de Oro.
The beach is named after the huge cargo of gold she was carrying. Optimists still search for gold on that beach. I wonder if we'll find some.
Yes, and I guess we know what oro means in Spanish now. The closest beach to the ship is Playa San Pedro, a short walk from the Malecon.
A bit further afield, you can always find Playa Audencia. Was that not the one for the movie 10?
Sure.
And that offers calm waters for safe swimming. And then there's Playa Miramar, that's great for surfers.
Manzanillo is self-declared as the sailfish capital of the world. Since 1957, it has hosted important national and international fishing competitions, such as the Dorsey Tournament, making it a very attractive fishing destination.
To catch these challenging fish, you need to charter a boat to take you at least 10 miles offshore. So that's a full day commitment.
A testament to the importance of sailfish to Manzanillo shows as soon as you leave the ship, you'll notice an imposing sailfish statue.
Wow. One of the most memorable activities in Manzanillo that doesn't cost a dime is to visit the town's historical center, where colonial architecture recalls the area's Spanish-ruled past.
We plan to walk there and have outlined a bit of a DIY walking tour in the historical center.
We're all about DIY on this vacation.
The tour is about 40-minute walk plus any time you need for pictures, shopping, or eating.
It's mostly flat, so it should be easy walking.
When you get off the cruise ship, you are greeted by the seaside view of Manzanillo.
This area has been a significant port in Mexico for centuries, with a rich history of trading and fishing.
Just a short walk and we'll be at that iconic statue of the sailfish.
It's 82 feet tall and apparently made of bronze.
It really is something to see and get pictures of. Then we are headed through the Centro Historico to look at the attractive colonial architecture and meandering side streets.
We'll pass through Zocalo, the area's central plaza, which is the best place for people watching and dining.
Our next stop will be the church called Senora del Carmen, located in the heart of Manzanillo's historic center.
It's a beautiful church dedicated to Our Lady of Mount Carmen.
It has lots of stunning architecture blending both classic and modern elements.
You can visit the peaceful interior for a moment of reflection before continuing to walk through the streets of Manzanillo.
Next, we'll be walking towards the Iguana Park. As you might expect, the Iguana Park has tons of iguanas, a lot of iguanas.
They are all over the place.
We have visited this park before and thoroughly enjoyed our time there.
The iguanas are used to people and just add some spice to your walking tour.
Speaking of spice, our next stop we're headed is the Mercado Municipal Market, and it's a shopping center style market with stalls on the bottom and restaurants on top.
As we know, there's nothing cruisers like more than a snack while on shore.
24-hour food on the ship and a snack on shore to go along with it. You can decide if you want to snack at the market or at one of the several mini taco stands that should be on our walk.
The market also makes a great stop to use the washroom, wash your hands, or whatever you need to do.
Many public washrooms are paid, and often you need to buy your toilet paper from an attendant as you enter.
Yep, that's kind of a surprise if you've never been to Mexico before. Generally, the toilet paper is discarded in a trash can right beside the toilet rather than flushed because it can harm the plumbing.
Next, we head off towards the Church of Senora de Guadalupe. This church is dedicated to Mexico's patron saint.
There's a festival called the Annual Feast of Our Lady Guadalupe on December 12th, which brings thousands to the area for processions.
It's too bad that we're early and not there at that time. It would be something to take in. Many other celebrations also take place there, so we might get lucky and be there while they're doing something.
The intricate details of the church and the surrounding area make this a perfect place to wrap up our walking tour.
From there, we'll wander our way back to the cruise ship. You'll see lots of things to take pictures of and enjoy the sights along the tour route.
The total tour should take about 40 minutes of walking, but with stops, budget a couple of hours.
Yeah, and we've done basically that walking tour in a past stop there, so it is well worth your time if you want to have a good trip and walk around. Okay, now on to the cha-ching paid excursions.
NCL offers a total of 8 excursions.
The first one is the Hacienda Rum and Chocolate.
On that excursion, you'll get to sample several different kinds of rum at their distillery, as well as apparently they have a rare form of cocoa. So you'll be able to learn about cocoa and its distinct flavor. And that tour will wrap up in an 18th century hacienda, followed by a snack in a restaurant consisting of, listen for it, 2 guacamole tostitas and 3 crispy potato tacos.
Tour number 2 from the ship is Local Fresh Fruits, Orchids, and Folklore.
Manzanillo is a big producer, the largest producer of orchids, and it grows the flowers in huge quantities. And they're used and preserved in many ways, even encapsulated in jewelry. After you see how they handle the flowers, you'll get to taste some seasonal fruit. The third excursion, because I've been trying to learn Spanish and I might be able to kind of pronounce it, is Magic Pueblos, Nogueras, and Kamala.
With lunch.
Hey!
Discover the magical charms of
Nogueras and Kamala.
A brief stop will be made at the optical illusion called the Magic Zone en route to the enchanting town of Calama.
Okay, and this one has a lovely lunch and a tasting of local coffee.
Oh, that'd be interesting. Manzanillo and Barra de Nevada Village.
That's the fourth excursion. So that one is a coastal village called the Barra de Navidad, where you get a historical perspective of the village with a guided tour. Oh, and it looks like you get a water taxi ride, and then you get a light lunch consisting of...
Wait for it. Here it is. 2 guacamole tostados and 3 crispy potato tacos at a resort restaurant.
The fifth tour from NCL is Plantation Mangroves, Tunnels, and Birds.
Yeah, I think we did this one before.
I think so too.
Cruise through a placid lagoon filled with mangroves looking for wildlife, indigenous and migratory birds. Pass through a tunnel of mangrove trees on the way back to the black sand beach. Then we're going to dine on traditional cuisine at a beachfront restaurant. Wait for it. 2
guacamole tostadas and 3 crispy potato tacos.
We have a feeling that there might be some trend happening. It's not tequila in Manzanillo. It's
tacos
and talk. Yeah, tostados and tacos. The 6th tour off the ship is Salt Flats and Countryside.
In this one, you'll visit a lagoon, see how salt is extracted from the water using ancient tools and methods.
Drop by a clay brick factory to watch how those building materials are made from scratch.
You know what? We've even got some pictures of our son. Actually, I think it's a video of our son doing that on a previous trip. He was little then, he's big now, but we'll show you how he made some of those bricks.
And at the end of it all, wait for it, we don't have a drum roll, but
2 guacamole tostados and 3 crispy potato tacos.
The next one is
the Cuyultan Turtle Sanctuary. Traveling through the countryside on your way to Cuyultan, you'll pass coconut and banana plantations, as well as lush and colorful bougainvillea and hibiscus plants.
Upon arrival, chances are the first thing you'll notice is the fine black sand beach.
I guess that's because of the volcanoes, because there are volcanoes here. We just don't have time to go see them. You'll visit the Salt Museum that's housed in a century-old salt storage barn made from hand-hewed palm tree boards. The museum is a testament to the town's history.
Among the displays is an exhibit that illustrates how the salt is mined.
Then you'll continue on to the Tortuguero Ecological Center, where you'll learn how Mexico's largest turtle sanctuary is helping these endangered species thrive.
After your tour, relax with a drink and a delicious local snack before returning to the ship.
I wonder if it's the tostadas and
the
tacos.
Could be. The very final tour is a catamaran snorkel adventure.
You'll be on an 80-foot double-decker catamaran and sail across Manzanillo Bay, passing the popular hotel zone as you have soft drinks and pastries.
Upon arrival at the snorkel site, your crew will issue with your equipment as well as provide instruction for beginners.
You'll break into smaller groups and with your guide enter the warm waters in search of exotic marine life and secluded coves.
It's a full 90 minutes of swimming and snorkeling, and the upper deck of the catamaran is perfect for sunbathing, and the shaded areas are available on the main deck.
Enjoy the full domestic bar service when you sail back to the pier.
I'm glad it's back to the pier, because we've been on snorkel tours where they have booze both ways, and I kind of...
Yeah, that's not good. I find it amusing that almost all of the ship excursions seem to include food, and most of them have the same selection of 2 guacamole tostadas and 3 crispy potato tacos.
So they must be really good. That's all I'm saying.
I think so. So as you know by now, we also are affiliates with Viator. And so we're going to take the opportunity now to tell you what Viator has to offer that's not from the cruise ship.
Right. And these are very much different style of tours than what you would get off the cruise ship. There are 5 total excursions from Viator that we've picked out.
The first one from Viator is the half-day Manzanillo City Tour.
The next tour is the Waterfall Tour 5-hour rural area.
That sounds really interesting, and I didn't see anything from the ship that mentioned a waterfall. The third one is horseback riding with Dana Tours, mountain rural areas, and sand beach.
And I'm going to let Susan do the next one.
Okay, it's the same town that we mentioned earlier. It's Barra de Navidad and Plantations. So it sounds like they actually stop at the banana and coconut plantations.
Yeah, and then of course you get your in-depth, they'll talk about that as well, so you know how bananas and coconuts are looked after. Then there's a bike tour with Dana Tours and Manzanillo, bike rental at the hotel zone, and it includes a rural loop through the rural area.
Surprisingly, even though Manzanillo is the sailfish capital of the world, neither the ship nor Viator offered deep-sea fishing excursions.
Yeah, well, probably because it's 10 miles offshore, and you know, if you're out there fishing and you catch a big fish, it can take hours to land. I'd hate to be landing a fish or missing my cruise ship. Either or, both at the same time wouldn't be fun. If this is something you would really like to do, I'm sure you'll be able to find a deep-sea fishing charter that would be shorter than 10 hours, and you can get some fishing in.
In a similar fashion, there's no scuba excursions offered, but there's at least 2 scuba diving outfits that you can contact personally.
Another missing opportunity is golfing. Some of the golf courses have special characteristics, and some are 27 holes. And even one is considered to be one of the top 100 courses in the world.
In the world, wow. However you decide to spend your day in Manzanillo, get ready to watch for the green flash as the sun sets and we make our way to our final Mexican destination of Acapulco.
That sounds like fun.
As always, we invite you to watch our other videos. Please share, like, subscribe. Anything else? Comment?
Lots of comments.
And we'll try and get more of these excursion videos out fast and furious because we leave in 2 weeks. Adios.
Adios.
We're tired, it's time to cruise. Where will we go next? What will we see? What exciting adventures will we choose? We'll make new friends and make some plans. We'll post videos as we visit new lands. We'd love you to join us as we sail around in floating hotels of every brand. We're retired and it's time to cruise. Come and join us, so watch our YouTubes. We're retired, it's time to cruise. Where will we go next? What will we see? What exciting adventures will we choose? We'll make new friends and make some plans. We'll post videos as we visit new lands. We love you to join us as we sail around in floating hotels of every brand. We're retired and it's time to cruise. Come and join us, so watch our YouTube.